Well, good afternoon and welcome to Headingley for this Super League game between Sheffield Eagles and Leeds. Sheffield Eagles just coming out onto the field. And this is probably the first day where the crowd is in shirt sleeves, and this will test the coaches and the players as to how astutely they use the substitutes and how the physios come on with the liquid to keep the players going. I've no doubt the referee will need liquids as well this afternoon. Leeds coming out to big cheers. Not a large crowd. I've seen a bigger crowd here this season at Headingley. But quickly through the two teams, and we'll go through the positions and we'll pick up the squad numbers as the game takes position, because squad numbers are now into the fore. And the Leeds team has Anthony Gibbons at fullback on a three-quarter line of Jim Fallon, Kevin Iro, Francis Cummins and Phil Hassan. The half-back pair of Graham Holroyd and David Gibbons. Forwards, the front row, Harvey Howard, Terry Newton making his debut instead of Mick Shaw in the side, Barry McDermott. Those are the front three. The second row, Gary Mercer and Adrian Morley, with Mike Forshaw at loose forward. And the substitutes, Marvin Golden, a newcomer, Nathan Peachy, a New Zealand Maori, Marcus Vasilakopoulos and Nick Fozzard that create the lead side. The Sheffield team, Mark Gamson at fullback, Joe Duitoga at wing with Linton Stott as his centre, Jean-Marc Garcia, the Frenchman, the other centre, with Keith Senior as his wing partner. Their half-back pair, the Sheffield Eagles half-back pair that is, Ryan Sheridan and Mark Aston who created havoc here last season when Sheffield won, coming on as substitute. The front row, Paul Broadbent, Johnny Lawless and Dale Lawton. The second row, Andy Hay and Paul Carr, with Anthony Farrell at loose forward. And the substitutes, Dean Lawford, Danny McAllister, Ian Hughes and Mick Cook. Ian Hughes, whose brother here played this afternoon for the Leeds Academy side. So it's going to be Sheffield to kick off. Mark Aston, the referee this afternoon, Mr. Carl Kirkpatrick. Referees and linesmen looking resplendent in black and white striped shirts. So Mark Aston will kick off. Leeds are defending the St Michael's Lane end. And here we go for this Premier League game in humid conditions, taken by Gibbons. Makes his way up to nearly to the 20. We've got to say Gibbons, that's Anthony Gibbons of course, his twin brother David, both East Leeds. And that's Terry Newton's first touch of the ball, a youngster from Wigan St Jude's Rugby League Club. Harvey Howard tries to step into the Sheffield defence to try and shake them off, but Paul Broadbent is there in fine style. Barry McDermott this time. And already Leeds are trying to work a move. Forshaw, short of the halfway line. And for probably one of the few first times this season, Leeds have held the ball for the complete tackles. Leeds these past few games have been making a lot of mistakes in the opening stages and found themselves playing catch-up rugby and not been able to catch up because they have yet to win a game in the four played. But of course the longest losing run was 50 years ago when they lost the first 7 games, and I think they only won 2 of about the first 17 that season. Sheffield to win that scrum. Ryan Sheridan takes it across the face of the defence. Mark Aston trying to work a move with Anthony Farrell, who, memory serves me rightly, scored a try of about 70 yards last season here. My Sheffield co-commentator will verify that.
He certainly did, and just sealed the win. That was a great win for the Eagles, and they will have that very much in their minds that there's a tough job on today for the Eagles if they want to pick any points up, because Leeds must win today or their season's finished.
I think, yeah, I entirely agree with you there. Good tackle coming in there by Adrian Morley. Missed tackle, was that missed ball? This is the last one. Aston puts a kick in. It's half blocked, but the kick still goes through to Anthony Gibbons, who picks it up unmolested and runs it out of his own defensive quarter. Holroyd playing in his usual position, I think his favourite position of standoff. Newton already in the work at acting halfback, and Gary Mercer with his first touch of the ball. Now Holroyd runs across the face of the defence, and Adrian Morley, who's got 12 on, loses the ball, and immediately Paul Carr, who again, like Aston, created havoc last season, a former Hunslet player. So the first mistake by Leeds. Now can Sheffield capitalise on that? Certainly on this dry ground, I think the team that makes the Leeds mistakes will win it.
Well, yes, that's generally the case anyway, Stan, but I think with the fast track and the first warm Sunday of the season, I think the last 20 minutes are going to tell, Stan. Stamina and determination, that last 20 minutes will carry a team through.
Yeah, the fittest shall survive, as the saying goes. Sheffield just outside into the Leeds 20 this time. Sheridan cuts back inside, a fine, but meets the Leeds defence there, and that's the fifth tackle. So it's going to be a kick by Aston. Aston puts a kick in. I think it's a little too long, and I think on the dry ground, it's you've got to be very careful with your kicks today.
Well, yeah, but I think actually Mark was aiming for the goalpost then. There is plenty of target to aim at with the protective covers on the goalpost, and anything can come off that bounce and back off the goalpost. It's always to the advantage of the on-rushing attackers, and this is an unfortunate decision for Leeds.
Well, they've got a penalty of Sheffield not playing the ball correctly at a tap on the offside. On the 20. He said offside, but I think it was not. But anyway, it's going to be a penalty to Sheffield. A chance for Mark Aston to give his side the lead after only 4 minutes of play. And already the referee taking a drink. If he's taking a drink after 4 minutes, is he going to last the 80? I bet Mark Aston lasts the 80.
Yes, he certainly knows how to pace himself, Mark.
Kick should be an easy one, and it is. The Sheffield Eagles supporters acknowledge that goal had been kicked before the touch judges had put the flags up. So 4 minutes gone, and Sheffield Eagles already a 2 minute lead, a 2 point lead that is. Mark Aston's first successful kick of the afternoon. Leeds will be hoping that's his last. He's going to kick off again from the centre. Again, there's a bit of a controversy about this, how the game should restart at the moment again.
Well, it's all swings and roundabouts. You can argue either way. There are arguments for the defending side kicking off, and arguments for the attacking side kicking off.
I think the third one is the team that's had the points scored against them to have a tap from the halfway line. That has been mooted as well, but we've got to go along with this. I hope they don't change it in mid-season and keep it for the full season, if they are going to make any changes at all. Please get a penalty. Holroyd asking the referee. I don't know what you're asking him for, because he's got the penalty. Ball up here on the gantry. Phil, our cameraman, takes evasive action. Barry McDermott looking to unload them, but nobody was with him. Now, Mercer through a gap. Cummings. Gibbons, it's Gibbons, the fullback, and he's in touch, just short. Possibly he made on only the second tackle there. Maybe he shouldn't have made the angle so that he got near the touchline, and even if he didn't get to the line, Leeds were in a second position as the second tackle had been made. I don't know if you agree with that.
Well, it's easy to make those judgments from up here, Stan. It was only a blade of grass short of scoring. I'd say great work from Leeds there. Tremendous effort from Mark Gamson. He didn't panic, he run and just made his attempt at the death, and it worked.
Well, that's what a fullback's there for. That's the last line of defence.
But a great set-up from Leeds, with Gary Mercer getting Francis Cummings away.
And that shows that they can unlock the Sheffield defence. Broadbent there. Great Britain international. Again now, Sheffield with number 23, Paul Carr. That Sean crew cut style kick this time, Mike Cummins. Now this is going to be zero tackle, so a chance. I've often thought if you get near your own opponent's line and you don't really think of scoring, not putting a kick in, but keeping the ball and making them play 6 out of their own 20-metre area. Of course, coaches have different views to what I have, and that's what they're paid for. Gary Mercer again. Newton, Holroyd, coming across this way to Gibbons. Kevin Iro cuts back inside, tries to see a gap. That's Morley. Leeds, crowd giving them support. Holroyd chips over the top, collects it, he's got support on his inside, didn't see it. And here comes Cummings, and Cummings can't make it. Last tackle, and Leeds have put pressure on. Holroyd, they're still going to move it. They should move it wide. They've got... And I don't know why they took man over now. Kick over the top. Iro after the ball. Is it it? They're going to hit the post. No, it doesn't. It goes dead. I thought for one instant it was going to hit the post and bounce back into his arms.
Well, yes, that option looked on, but good defence from the Eagles. Excellent approach work again. Holroyd showing a little bit of magic, but great work from the Eagles to shut Jim Fallon down. I think the crucial point in that attack was the long ball. It just gave the Eagles defence chance to shuffle across.
Shuffle across indeed, as number 25 Dale Lawton makes it virtually to the halfway line. Sheffield Eagles in white, broad bent, crouch out forward, turns it back to Farrell. Farrell dithers, the tacklers don't come in, he runs across, doesn't make any ground whatsoever. He's tackled. Fair-haired Andy Hay. Andy Hay's not going to get far. I think Castleford regrets the selling of Andy Hay to Sheffield. Aston a towering kick on the last tackle. Now is that a forward pass? Could be a try here. Has he given a try? I have a feeling he has. He's given a try. Couldn't tell from here whether it was the Leeds player or the Sheffield player who kicked the post, the flag down then.
Well, obviously it must have been the Leeds player because the lineman was right on the job. And I do agree with you, Stan. It just looked a touch forward from Paul Carr. But Leeds can have no excuses. They should have covered the ball up. They should have had men under the ball and gone to the ball. They seemed a little bit tardy getting to the ball as it was in the air. And the Eagles came up with it and made good use of it.
So Sheffield kick off again. Here comes Fallon. Fallon bursts up to the 20. Garcia with his try. Now Leeds with Forshaw. Again. And it's Gibbon, number 22. And that's Dave Gibbon. Dave Gibbon bursts up. 10 metres short. Carr tries to hold him down. Can't do it. Young Newton runs onto the ball. What a debut he would have if he could score a try. Holroyd. Leeds players aren't there in numbers. Holroyd again. But Sheffield had more players. Oh, and that seems a very quick 5 tackles to me. But the referee, I hope he's been counting Newton, gets it out. Gibbons puts the kick in, a high kick. Taken well, but he's been spilled. Keith Senior. Spill that ball, and it's gone into touch, so it'll be scrum down. Goes 20 metres in from the touchline now, so a chance for plenty of open space on either side of the scrum.
Yes, plenty of options on for Leeds here. It's a good position.
10 metres out, makes it up. Forshaw. Iro! Clung onto by Hay there, who detached himself from the scrum very quickly, but fairly, let me say. I think Leeds have they got the wrong way? They're going the right way now. They've got men over if they use it. Forshaw, his hand was held. He couldn't get the ball away. The Kuritoga got in between them as well. Barry McDermott tries to thrust his body on the line to the line. Newton. And I think Leeds should have get it out quickly because they've only, Sheffield on the other side of the post have only got 3 men. Nobody ran into the gap there, couldn't believe it. Gibbons. That's touched again, that'll be a scrum down. So Sheffield have got to endure a few more tackles in their own 20.
Yes, nail-biting stuff again. Keith Senior in the hot seat, came up with a good play, but another set of 6 for Leeds.
So Holroyd looking to see where his backs are. Can't get the ball in. A strange thing, we've already seen the academy game here that we had a scrum that Hull and the Leeds Academy, Leeds won easily, and Hull were penalised for feeding. What a strange situation. Ball not held there, but it is collected by Harvey Howard. And Harvey Howard, the Leeds weren't backing up on Harvey Howard's right, and Sheffield had only got 2 men outside on that right, on their left-hand side. Iro is not going to get past Farrell. Or Mark Gamson. Holroyd again. Holroyd jinks inside. The Sheffield defence holds firm again. I think Leeds should quick short passing here will bring its reward. Everybody's trying to become a hero, and there's no need for heroes at this time of the game. 15 minutes gone, Sheffield lead 6-0. Forshaw, the last tackle. Holroyd. Gibbons puts a low kick in. Senior misses it, and Leeds are going to score. Jim Fallon. Well, Senior's been the villain on 2 occasions, the hero on 1, the villain on 2, and that was the second time he became a villain there.
Well, unfortunate for Keith there. I mean, that was a very good kick. Was it Gibbons that put the kick in? Ideal kick in these conditions. The bounce beat Keith. He was going down for the ball, but the hard ground just brought the ball higher than he thought, and that's a run in then for Jim Fallon. Great play from Leeds.
Graham Holroyd. Leeds are in a huddle on the halfway line. Call up in the air. Looks a good one. Curls in. Beautiful kick. Ties the score. So Fallon's try, converted by Holroyd, equalises the scoring of Aston's penalty and Garcia's try for Sheffield earlier. And this is all the makings of a really top-class game, providing both teams last the pace in this heat.
Well, they'll keep playing for 80 minutes, but they won't. I can't see them keeping this pace up for 80 minutes standard. I don't see anybody can do that. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in the last 20 minutes. Yeah,
it could be the teams will be tired and mistakes will be on either side. He's given a scrum down, says it's a knock-on. Some people argue that the ball was forced out of hand, but couldn't tell from it was a touch. Judge who gave that decision because the referee didn't see it.
Well, it's a bad position for the Eagles to give up,
particularly after Leeds had just scored. Yeah. Cummings trying to get through. Gibbons, Holroyd, good tackle. Paul Carr, known as a try scorer as well as a tackler. Aston and Carr, and I don't think it's any good taking it up into the dummy half position there. Iro, Cummins, after one tackle, can't get the ball away. Stoddard got in between Cummins and Iro there to prevent any pass coming out. Good tackle by Broadbent, head to head. Great tackle. Leeds now on the last tackle. Can they put a kick in again? Morley, no support there. That'll be the changeover. But at Leeds, Sheffield have got 6 tackles. They're not going to get the 0 tackle, which would have been if there had been a kick.
Leeds playing a very condensed defence, Stan. They're not even spreading across the width of the field, probably only a third of the field, the defensive line. I wonder if any of the Eagles coaching staff will notice that.
I'm sure they will if they're anything. See it, breaks the tackle, he's got support on his outsiders, hey, he's got stopped. Did he give it in too early? He's off. Gibbons is after him. I think he gave it him a slight second too early.
Well, yeah, and perhaps Linton Stott changed direction to wrong, came inside when on the outside would have been the best options, offside there.
But Sheffield then a chance, and Senior seems to have got a back injury. Gamson up into the attack. Last tackle. Senior down injured, got a knee in the back, I think. Aston turning, twisting. There's a kick coming in. So that's the 6th tackle, and now Sheffield have realised that if you're going to give the ball, if you want, don't kick, otherwise it becomes a 0 tackle. And if you're not going to can't get through for a score, I think that's a good tactic actually.
Well, it is. That's one way of looking at it, Stanley. In that particular situation, there was a set-up for Paul Broadbent, but Paul Broadbent and Mark Aston just miscuing the communications there and just got lost. So the ball ended up with Dale Lawton, and Dale Lawton thought, well, I better die with this. But as you say, it's not a bad option now.
Senior going off injured, so the first substitution of the afternoon. We've got to keep an eye on these substitutions, because I'm saying it's the first substitution. Somebody might have slipped on before anyway, because they come on, there's no numbers lifted up.
I agree with you, Stan. I'd give it up. I just call them as they come on the field. I call them. I don't try and keep up with the subs as they move, as they're changing around now. It's such a difficult job. We have Dean Lawford coming on, by the way.
So Dean Lawford coming on. Jim Fallon struggles. Somebody's lost a boot. Offside. Oh, not holding a tackle. I thought he might offside, but he says not releasing to play the ball. So Leeds clear the line a bit farther. So and Lawford's been and sat down, and it's Ian Hughes coming on. And Leeds got a player down. I think it's is it Cummings putting his boot on? He's having problem with his ankle. Burst through there by Barry McDermott. No support with him. Can never understand how prop forward makes a burst and none of the backs can go with him. Gibbons gets it away to his brother Anthony. David to Anthony. First time that they've probably linked up together this match. On again go Leeds through Gary Mercer. Holroyd. Morley. No way through there. You're not going to run through Farrell. Well, I don't think you are. And a mistake there by loose forward Mike Forshaw. An unforced error, as they would say in tennis.
It certainly was an unforced error. In good position there, Forshaw, and giving it up. Obviously, it's McDermott that's posing the biggest threat to the Eagles line. I think that's the 4th time he's actually broken the line straight up, just hitting the ball up and making the bust. And as you say, he hasn't had an awful lot of support.
Well, they should be able to follow prop forwards, I would have thought, anyway. Dakuitoga takes it nearly to the 20. Ashton acting half-back. Now they work it on to the left-hand side. Tackle coming in. First touch of the ball for Ian Hughes. And number 6, Ryan Sheridan, offside. So chance for Sheffield, and so Sheffield chance now to put an attack together. Both sides seem to have attacked in turn so far. About 22 minutes, and still the game at this ferocious pace. I'm certain that before July's out, teams will be starting a bit slower.
Well, I don't think so, Stan. The game's so open now that you have to go at it with everything you've got right through the 80 minutes. It's just that in the last 20 they won't have a lot left.
Well, Forshaw missed the tackle in, but Farrell changed direction again and went back to Forshaw, and Forshaw was in on the tackle. This time he didn't make a mistake. Sheridan trying to carve out a chance there. Hughes just held by his shirt. Now a chance now, Paul Carr. Tackle just short. Dive for the line. But is there a try? The touch judge is going back. Says no. So Leeds chance now to get the ball out. Don't make much ground there. But at least they clear the immediate danger area, which is about a metre from your own try line. And was that Broadbent or Gamson that was pulled out about there? Both are in the same vicinity, and the referee just pointed, and you couldn't tell which one he pointed to. Obviously, he said number so-and-so, obviously out there. So another penalty to Leeds to take the tap very quickly. And Harvey Howard runs it up short of the halfway line and is rolled over. should flatten the pitch in that vicinity. Gary Mercer. Gary Mercer in, of course. George Mann suspended after being cited by Oldham, of which Dean Bell is not very happy. Oh, and that ball, I think, wasn't a good pass from Iro, so I think it was too far in front of Hassan.
Well, perhaps so, but Hassan got a hand to it. It's difficult to say. It's a let off for the Eagles, and we have another substitution for Leeds.
Now this Nathan Peachy, I think. Nathan Peachy coming on. For Forshaw. Just have to see how he can play. Young player. And drop the ball there. Signals a knock on. Here, the referee on the blind side of the play there had to ask the touch judge. At least he's asking the touch judge, he's not taking it on his own, which shows that the officials are probably working together as they should do.
Yeah, it's good to see, but that's 4 times that the Eagles have lost the ball after the tackle's been completed. That's bad professionalism.
And this has been Leeds' failing ball, lost the ball there. Now they're wondering, did he snatch the ball out of his hand? Touch judge get that. A 2-on-1 tackle. If it had been a 1-on-1, that would have been perfectly legal. I know Leeds were complaining after the Oldham game when Gibbons knocked the ball out of an Oldham player's hands. He was touching down and then got penalised and got sent to the sin bin for his pains. Holroyd had to reach, so that wasn't a good pass really, but he held it well. And they're moving now. Peachy's first touch of the ball. Plays it. But Leeds are not going to get much play out. Peachy attacked in half-back now. Coming across to this left-hand side. Holroyd keeps the ball. Turns it back inside to Adrian Morley. Newton acting half-back. It's still 6-all. What a game we're having. Mercer tries to jiggle out. Wants to get rid of it. Hassan hasn't come in soon enough. So he decides to hang on. Newton takes it up. But very good tackle coming in. That's the last one. What are Leeds going to do here? High kick. Cummings. Can he get the ball away? No. I have a feeling there's a knock on there anyway. Is there a try? I would say no. I think it's going to be the handover.
Again, a superb kick from Holroyd, right on the spot, putting the man. It was at that time of Paul Carr who was having a rest out on the wing, and nothing Paul Carr could do but stand and wait for the attackers to jump for the ball. Superb kick from Holroyd.
But at least the Sheffield defence stood firm on that occasion. Now Sheffield running it out, trying to create something of their own. Dale Lawton.
It's interesting what Sheffield are doing. They've brought Ian Hughes on as a substitute for one of the backs, and Paul Carr and Ian Hughes are swapping in second row and wing and sharing the work out and the responsibilities out.
Well, it's a team game. I think that's how it should be. Farrell for once didn't break the tackle. Gary Mercer, good tackle. Kick coming in, now is going into touch. It's not. Stands up nicely for Anthony Gibbons to take that. And runs straight into Mark Hassan, who'd made the kick anyway. There's one thing, Mark Hassan couldn't have been offside, that was for certain. Now Leeds got to work it in. Fozzard, no support! And that was absolutely criminal. Now why did Holroyd kick? He must have thought he could have got it there. But there were 3 Sheffield players in the vicinity of the ball.
Yeah, yes, that was bad options on the second tackle, that's Dan.
Broadbent taking it on. Leeds caught offside. I think the Leeds at first thought they'd been given a forward pass there.
for the penalty. Let's have it one way or the other.
Who's to know that Broadbent wouldn't have broken through and given his support for a try there?
Well, at the very least, you're denying Eagles one chance of possession.
So Sheffield get the ball away there. They turned him round, actually. I think if they'd have turned him the other way, he would have had to keep hold of the ball. But Carr comes inside and keeps tight hold of the ball, make sure he's not going to give anything away on that occasion. That's Dale Lawton. Now they work it out. Sheridan. Farrell can't break through this time. Now Leeds get the ball. Aston had gone offside there. And this time it has been given.
Yeah, but again, just there's a perfect incident. Mr. Kirkpatrick then waited for the ruck to finish and then gave Mark Aston offside. You know, we must have consistency in these decisions.
Yes, as you said earlier, inconsistent.
Yeah. We're just coming to the last 10 minutes, Stan. One or two of the players are beginning to look tired, beginning to look fatigued, so you can be expecting a few tries between now and half-time.
Well, they should be. Let's wait and see, but the way out these two defenders have played, I can't believe it, the Fazard dropped that ball. So, Sheffield with the ball. And Lawless trying to make room and trying to get the players to run inside him from off the wing. But unfortunately, was it Hughes out there who decided to run down, keep down the touchline side. Now tackle's coming in. And that's on number 12, Ian Hughes, that time. Now Andy Hay. Wanted to pass inside. If he'd have passed, it had gone straight to Nathan Peachy. It'd probably been the best pass he's had so far. That had happened. Now to Aston. Aston, he's got a space. But that's Mick Cook. Won't mind me saying he's a veteran player, but still a wholehearted one. Now Sheridan again. Hey, there's a gap there, but he stumbles and is unable to take advantage of the slight gap. Lawless puts a kick in. And that's start again. That bounce off Peachy. Crowd don't like that. Chance of a Sheffield to take advantage of this. Aston. Broadbent.
Tackle him.
Yeah, he couldn't get in running from deep. He wants to run from deep. Farrell tackled 3 metres short of the Leeds line.
Is it?
Try. Flawless in for a try. As you say, we could see some tries just before half time, and that's one of them. Well, they took advantage of that, and that's what you've got to do when the defence makes a mistake in their own 20-metre mark. You've got to make that ball up in the air, and it just goes across. Well, I couldn't believe that Aston missed that one.
Well, he's been in great form as Mark Aston so far this season, so let's hope he kicks a few in the second half.
Against Leeds. Sun comes out on this humid day again. Peachy takes it this time. Tries, nearly breaks the tackle of number 13, Mick Cook. And a tackle in there on number 20, Marcus Vasilakopoulos on. So Leeds get a penalty and a chance to get into the Eagles' half of the field, which they do with some consummate ease. 30 metres out. And here comes Harvey Howard. Sort of slows down when he gets to the tackles. He's trying to put his full weight. Referee waving the Sheffield Eagles players back. And that's Nick Fozzard. 10 metres short. To me, at times, the Leeds backs look to be standing deep. Now Gibbons has got one player, but Gamson, good tackle. Managed to hang on until Mick Cook comes in to complete it. Vasilakopoulos there is short now. Holroyd, nobody outside, they're all standing this side. And so sure, Leeds have got to move it that way. Holroyd, kick in, kick by Carr. And he said he knocked it on. Well, he didn't look as though he knocked on. My only thing that he was tackled behind the line, it would have been a drop out under the post.
Absolutely, I can't see how Paul Carr knocked on there. The ball was travelling directly back to his own try line. But that's what Mr. Kirkpatrick's ruled.
So a chance for Leeds now. 5 minutes to half time. Peachy still going. Brought down by Farrell. Now Leeds got a chance. Turn it back inside. And Jim Fallon up on in the middle of the field there. Plays it back. Now a long ball. That was should have been a short one there. Iro's nobody on his right hand side. I think Peachy was looking. Vasilakopoulos again. It's all one-man rugby at the moment. And it's a team game. Oh, that was a nice flick back. Chance for an overlap here. He can't get it out, but Holroyd then. But Holroyd through a gap. Holroyd scores in the corner. Ryan Sheridan and Dagitoga trying hard to hold him back. But somehow persistence took him to the line. Yeah,
great work from Holroyd, great composure. Took that ball off, I think it was Foreground that did the little backflip, and he looked as though he'd run down a blind alley, Holroyd, but he had the key to open the lock and just slipped through, as you say, Sheridan and Dagitoga. Excellent play. And it's like a game of chess, isn't it, Stan? Leeds have thrown 3 substitutes on early, everything going, and quality football all the way around.
Leeds will kick off, and that's a high one. And Gamson drops it. Oh, dip, Mick Cook. And if there's anyone on the Sheffield side I said would have taken that, I would have said Mick Cook, with all his experience, would have taken that. But good players do make mistakes, that's why they're human.
Yeah, good kick as well, just dropping right in the danger zone. You know, another pound on that would have been a penalty back for the Eagles on the halfway line. As it happens, have come up with the decision.
So Leeds now, last chance to put, last gap. Peachy looking for the options, decides to take it up. Disdo. There's a Foreground. Big Nick Foreground. Crowd now giving applaud to Leeds. Harvey Howard just short, trying to knock players off. Iro asking for the ball to come to the left, but he goes right. Now Holroyd dives on the ball and scores. It seemed that the Sheffield defence, I think, was flat up then and saw the gap, kicked it through, and Sheffield, of course, had to turn and chase the ball, and they were unable to get to the ball.
Class act, no question. That looked easy, but it isn't. Holroyd has used a selection of kicks. Most have been up in the air to the corner. That's what the Eagles were expecting. This time he just towed one through and chased. He was first to the ball, no question. Absolutely outstanding football.
Holroyd. Ball up in the air. He kicked a lot of sand anyway and missed it. I think he did a Greg Norman shot there. And there goes the hoot of half-time with Leeds taking the lead just on the half-time hooter. Sheffield had gone 6-0 up with a penalty by Aston and a try by Garcia. Leeds coming back, try by Fallon, goal by Holroyd, but Sheffield, not to be denied, going back in front with a lawless try, and then 2 Holroyd tries in the last 3 minutes of the half has put the Loiners in front, because at half-time, after the first 40 minutes in this Super League game at Headingley in absolutely beautiful conditions, Leeds 14, Sheffield Eagles 10.
Welcome back for the second half. Leeds looking for the first 2 points of the season, in good position with a 4-point lead, 14-10. The score, can the Eagles respond to that late scoring spree from Graham Holroyd? Showed a bit of class there in the last 2 minutes and showed great promise.
Yeah, they made the Sheffield defence pay for the 2 mistakes that they made, didn't they, really, I suppose you could say. Took it out, but I noticed both teams, when they came out for the second half, they walked out, they didn't run.
It certainly did, and it is very warm. It's not cooled down in any way whatsoever. It's a radical change from the last 4 weeks of the Super League. So off we go. Mick Cook with his first touch of the ball. Good tackle from Picchi on Ian Hughes. This time Lawford, who's on the field. So we have rearrangement for the Eagles as Anthony Fallon hits the ball up to the line. Lawford obviously moved up to half-back. Sheridan gone to full-back. Gamson on the left wing. That's a deep kick, it will roll. It's gone a long way. The ball rolling on this side field, Stan.
Well, it just shows how hard it is when the ball rolls like that.
Yeah.
None of this sticking in the mud at the moment.
Mercer. Fozzard hits the line, strong, good tackle underneath from Andy Egg. So the Eagles have had, used 3 substitutes. Just McAllister to take the field. I should think it'd be too long before McAllister makes his way onto the field. Gibbons, hands off to Mercer. Mercer drifts across the line. Good tackle from Dean Lawford. Holroyd. Hits one over. Dakoitoga takes that well. Comes up. Pushes the ball over the quarter line. Big fella Dakoitoga, 15 over 15 stone. Big fella for a winger, Mick Cook. Well held by Howard and Mercer. Aston now, looking to get Hughes away. Turns Hughes inside. Broadbent will be coming for this, will he? Yeah, here comes Broadbent on the short side. Turns the ball back to Lawless. Lawless can't find a hole. Good defence from Fozzard and Mercer. This is Anthony Fallon on the 5th. That was the 5th tackle. Last tackle, no it isn't, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Well, miscounting from me. And that's one over. Sheridan into space. Fallon lets it bounce. Well, that was dangerous from Fallon. But he's come out of it well. But that was a dangerous ball to allow to bounce there.
Yes, at least he was facing his own line, but even so he couldn't see the players coming up behind him.
Yeah. Sheridan was on good pursuit. Had that ball have bounced the other way, he'd have gone straight in. Vasakopoulos feeds Morley. Morley almost breaks the line. Good tackle underneath from Lawford. This is Vasakopoulos again developing the ball, looking for support. Takes the ball forward, tackle just short of the quarter line. Good work from Leeds. Gibbons, Holroyd, Iro stops, stutters, just tries that little step, nobody buys it. Good tackle underneath from Aston. This is Gibbons again, drifting across the line of the defence, straightens up, almost through. Again, it's Lawford that brings the ball carrier down. Last tackle. Holroyd again. A superbly weighted kick. Iro should have taken that one. Fallon tidies up, gets a pass out. It's all on, it's still last tackle. Basketball pass, Harvey Howard bombs it. Harvey Howard simply had to catch and run. Would have had a try-scoring chance then.
Well, I think he'd seen the gap and was running through the gap before he got the ball.
Yeah, he'd seen the till clock in the try-up before he actually caught the ball. Good work from Leeds, keeping the ball alive in desperate position. And all that late passing stand, that really takes it out of the defence, because they're always shuffling across and readjusting.
That's quite true. Very tiring, and particularly on, as we've not for the first time this afternoon have said, on an afternoon like this.
Yeah. So here's the Eagles working the ball out again. 5 minutes into the second half. As Lawford just makes it to the halfway line. Can the Eagles put a deep kick in? Ball goes to Aston. Aston puts one over into the corner. And this is Gibbons. Oh, well tackled. Anthony Gibbons that time. It's Mick Cook on the chase. Oh, almost a forward pass from Holroyd. But again, goes down a blind alley and always finds the easy route.
Yeah, I think Holroyd had seen his own player overrun him and kept hold of the ball. Height. Who's from the crowd, but I don't think there's anything there. In fact, it's been a very clean game.
It certainly has. There's not been any cheap shots today. Had Mark Hassan been penalised here, though, there've been no complaints from the Eagles. He swung an arm in. It wasn't really high again. Gibbons trying to get outside his man. It's Lawford again. That has to bring the ball carrier down. This is Fozzard on rampage. Gets a good ball to Vazakopoulos. Good work from these young men. Vazakopoulos. Tackled by Hassan. Good scrambling defence from the Eagles. A broken line now for the Eagles. A couple of the players looking tired. Oh, good tackle. Anthony Farrell on Gibbons. Well, that's a mess. And it's, well, players stopping and starting. Referee not sure what's happening. Certainly the players are. This is Mercer from Picchi. Excellent work from Pickchi.
Yeah, he kept the ball alive there when it didn't seem possible.
And Pickchi just taking advantage of the hesitation. All the players just hesitated, then waiting for a decision from the referee.
Well, the referee had already indicated what it should have been. I've yet to see a referee stop a player or penalise a player for slow play of the ball yet. It does happen.
So, Eagles in the shape of Andy A. Big shot from Morley, demolished A there, and A playing hell with Linton stop. Harvey Howard couldn't resist another little tug, and this will be the best position the Eagles have had in the second half. Had no possession yet in the Leeds territory. And we have Danny McAllister back on. Well, it's back on. Danny McAllister on for Paul Broadbent. And Paul Broadbent certainly did in this last 5 minutes look to be struggling a little bit. But it won't be the last, I don't think, that we've seen of Paul Broadbent. And Andy A tries to get Linton Stott in. Just a little bit tight.
Over-elaboration in a tight situation.
Well, certainly was, but poor execution. Linton Stott just indicating the ball was a bit low. He's quite right. Yeah. Holroyd switches the ball. That's it. Morley, Andy A. Comes in and puts a big shoulder on him. This is Gibbons drifting across, feeds Mercer on the drop-off. Good tackle from Lawless. This is Fozzard, makes a big charge. Eating the yards up, coming forward Leeds. Vazakopoulos acting half. Vazakopoulos picks up. Sets a step up, gets nowhere. Good tackle underneath. McAllister, last tackle. Holroyd. This time goes low, goes to the corner. That will be a 10 and 20 scrum. Well, Leeds certainly have the best of the position. So
far, the half has belonged to Leeds, but anything can still happen in this game. And you notice that the players are just walking to the scrums now. They're not running to position, and it shows that the tiredness is getting to them, even at this stage. What, 10 minutes into this half?
Yeah. 30 minutes to go. And as Stan says, all the players taking every opportunity, every stoppage to drag it in and get that oxygen deep into the lungs. And again, the Eagles working the ball out of their own quarter. Anthony Farrell. Farrell, twist, turns. And those play the balls are very untidy. Mr. Kirkpatrick not ruling on them. This is Lawford. Feeds Garcia. Garcia asking a lot of Mark Gamson then. And the Eagles just beginning to look anxious.
Yeah, I'm not going to blame Garcia. He's playing to a new wing partner now, not his usual wing partner, with Gamson moving on to the wing. So perhaps, in normal circumstances, his normal wing partner, Keith Senior, would have been there to take the ball.
Yep. There's again, just a lack of communication. Mark Gamson just hanging back. And we have Holroyd at scrum half, allows Picchi to pick up. This is Vasakopoulos to Gibbons, spreads the ball. Iro to Cummings. Good tackle from Linton Stott. Nice setup from Leeds, they work that well, it's executed almost to perfection. And that's good work from the Eagles, good power defence, McAllister and Cook. On Gibbons. Holroyd, toes over. Again, it's a perfect way to kick. Mercer's favourite for this. Great play from Holroyd again. That's a try. Great try from Mercer. Holroyd again. Perfectly way to kick. Toe poked it through again. And two perfectly way to kicks, in fact.
Well, that's true. Again, he saw Sheffield defence were not there in that vicinity in numbers and got the ball through. Two players, it shows, following up the ball. Either one could have scored. It was Mercer who touched down first. He was looking to make it 6 points and give Leeds a 10-point lead. That little bit of a cushion. But even 10 points in this day and age in this game is not safe by any means. Might have been in the old game, not in this game.
Yeah, and there that goes right through the middle. (2010) Leeds lead. (13 minutes into the second half).
Well, I think if ever Sheffield now wanted Anthony Farrell to go 65, 70 yards, this is it.
Well, yeah. Looking for inspiration now, the Eagles. Not put much together in this second half. Good tackle that from Vasakopoulos. Filling out Marcus Vasakopoulos. Stiffening up physically. It's Lawless scooting away. Ball to Lawford, to Farrell. Play on. Lawford away from the first tackler. Looks to offload.
Nearly dropped the ball.
Morley clamps the ball in. Anthony Farrell again, he's setting it up in this set. Last tackle. The Eagles set for the spread. The spread's on Aston, second receiver. There it goes. But he's kicking. Cummings came up and... Oh, that's bad play from Gibbons. And that'll be a line drop out. Dearie me. Why do you have to play at the ball with your feet in that situation?
He'd probably, if he wasn't going to, uncertain, the thing would have been to let it run dead.
Auspicious kick. There goes Cook. Cook lines up, hits the ball, tackled. Well, that's McDermott just having a swing. Lawless has kicked, and McDermott wants 10 minutes there. Well, that should be 10 minutes in the bin. McDermott had been talking to the referee, had never retired, and took the ball carrier from the tap. Well, Lawford spreading the ball, taking the chances, and it's all on. Lawford's gone through, he's going to the line to make his mistake up. Oh, excellent play, Dean Lawford set the step up. Kevin Iro. Yeah, Kevin Iro not playing a captain's part there. They just got the ball back from a Eagles mistake and looked as though Leeds were playing catch-up football, but they have the 10-point lead. Excellent play from Lawford.
Yeah, he took advantage of that. A bad Leeds mistake, equally as bad as the Sheffield mistakes just before half-time.
Well, it wouldn't be bad policy. Always play on people who are making mistakes. If somebody's confidence levels are low, keep them there. Aston strikes, and that's 6 points to the Eagles, and we're back on with the game, Stan.
Yeah, we certainly are. Not that we weren't, as I said before, 10 points is nothing in these games. It can soon change And Sheffield will kick off. Leeds to receive the ball again, hoping that they don't either knock on or kick the ball over their own try line.
And you have to feel that Leeds will be the most anxious of the two teams. They desperately need the points. They'll be looking at the scoreboard. They'll be wondering. They'll just be getting a little bit anxious if the game runs down and they don't make it safe. So you would bet that of the two teams, you would think that the Loiners would be ones to be making the mistakes. Here goes Mercer. Good run from Mercer. Again, nobody with him. Mercer broke the line and nobody came with him. This is McDermott. Good ball to Morley. Interference there from the Eagles. Morley up quickly.
Some referees would have marched them back another 10 yards to what Hay did then to the referee, didn't they? Some referees would. Not saying all, but that's inconsistency again.
Yeah. This is McDermott again. Deep line for Leeds. Spreads on, it's Mercer. Coming to the line. Gibbons. Feeds Gibbons. Morley on this side of the field for a change. Good tackle underneath from Mark Aston. Finished off by McAllister. Picchi coming to the ball line. Good tackling. McAllister working well in the ruck. This is Fozzard. Goes for the line. Oh, desperate tackle from Lawford. Oh. Well, he's awarded a try, Mr. Kirkpatrick. Yeah, it's David Gibbons that scored it. And I'm not sure what happened there, Stan. It didn't look as though the ball had been played correctly somehow.
No, I'm a bit doubtful about that myself, but he looked at the in-goal touch judge, and the in-goal touch judge gave it. But, yeah, that would be something interesting to see on the slow-mo. So Leeds will kick off, and Sheffield will have to run the ball out from their own line. Again, this is one of the things I've been on about. I think Sheffield should have a tap on the halfway line. And teams should have a hard tap. I think that's fair enough. But that's the rules, as we've got to play them, and we abide by them.
Yeah, well, here we go. Again, ball goes to Mick Cookney. Again, he shows no desire to go to the ball early. And that gives Leeds a good 10-metre start. If you take the ball early, then you advance the ball over the quarter line. If you wait for it to bounce and come down to you, you tackle a good 10-15 metres short of it. Anthony Faddle almost breaks the line that time. Aston to Hughes. Gets one back into Aston. Aston's got Garcia in support. Got Gamson outside. Can Gamson run it? I don't think he can. Great work from Jim Fallon to get back. But Mark Gamson, not the quickest man in the game.
No, but you say Mark Aston not the quickest man, but certainly one of the cleverest. May not have the speed, but certainly has got the know-how.
Great work from Ian Hughes to get the ball back in. Just thought Mark Garcia had taken the wrong option. He went infield, and Mark Garcia certainly got the toe on Aston and Gamson. He would have been the best option on the outside. As Cummings comes away with the ball. This is Gibbons. Oh, loses the ball. Play on. Well, ripping out. Calls the linesman.
I thought that was a one-on-one.
Well, difficult for the players to judge. McDermott. Again, McDermott. Very strong man, very solid. Low centre of gravity, uses every pound he's got. And I'm not sure again that...
Well, I think that was Farrell who interfered there.
So again, an hand in on the tackle, another penalty. Brings Leeds right up to the Eagles' 30 line. Here goes Fozzard. Again, the Loiners stood deep and wide. This is Holroyd, drifting, beats Lawless, beats McAllister, beats Garcia, hands Sheridan off. Sheridan sticks with him, but hands on to Picchi. Picchi, big gap, steps, feeds Iro. Good chase from Lawford, finished off by Hay. Eagles scrambling desperately. Vasakopoulos. Good tackle underneath. Eagles working hard in defence. All hands to the pumps here for Eagleston.
I think Holroyd should have gone near himself to the line instead of turning back.
Here we go, Holroyd again. Oh, dummies, goes inside. He's got Morley. Good tackle again from Lawless. Chances now, it's open. Gibbons will go in for his second. Yeah, that's Gibbons' second. That's just sheer pressure. And there we saw that the Eagles defence has been so good really all afternoon. Scrambled well, just collapsed then. The scramble for 3 or 4. They couldn't keep it up, Stan.
Yeah, I think this is it. The tiredness is beginning to creep in. I think if Sheffield have had pressure like Leeds have had pressure at the other end, I think it could have been the opposite way about.
Yeah. And the Eagles with Lawton and Broadbent warming up. 15 minutes of the game left. Cummings this time strikes, kicks a goal. So, 16-point lead, 15 minutes to go. Yeah, must be feeling a little bit secure that Leeds are going to post the first points this season.
I'll wait for the hooter to go.
Lawford to Hay, Hay to Ostott, almost through. And I thought that was a terrific tackle from Hassan.
Well, I thought that went right across the middle of the chest there.
Yeah, so did I. Maybe Mr. Kirkpatrick saw something we didn't. That looked perfectly good defence from Hassan. He killed a good position that was developing for the Eagles. Here goes McAllister. And again, very condensed defence for the Loiners. As Nick Cook goes in, finds a little hole, pushes forward, makes it almost to the quarter line. This is the Eagles' best position of the half. Lawford, little one to Hay, Hay to Stott. Oh, it wanted a catch. Unlucky.
I don't think it was a good pass to him. I think it was too high.
Yeah. Just execution not quite on the spot. Hay and Stott not quite getting it together this second half.
I would have given Stott 11 out of 10 if he'd have taken that pass.
Yeah. Here goes Hassan. Iro. Nice ball to Francis Cummings. Oh, excellent play, Cummings. Gets Fallon away. Fallon outside Lawford. Fallon inside Sheridan. Fallon to Cummings. That's the game. Oh, is it? Gibbons. I'm sorry, it's Gibbons.
And Anthony this time.
Yeah. Excellent play. Yeah, Gibbons on support then. Excellent play. Iro, Cummings, Fallon showed his strength down this side, got outside Lawford, got inside Sheridan, kept alive, gave the ball to Gibbons for a straight running under the post. Well, that must be the points now.
Well, I think so, and I noticed that Holroyd is going to take this kick. The easy one.
Yeah, you wonder why the switch kick is the last one.
Well, I think Sheffield must be putting a little bit dispirited now. They've put so much into this game, so much effort, and as it stands now, they're going to come out with so little reward.
Well, absolutely. The only reward in this game are points. Nothing else. And we have Broadbent back on the field. And Golden comes on for Jim Fallon. Jim Fallon goes off for a well-earned rest. Golden, I think, will be taking the wing spot. And again, kick goes deep. Ian Hughes takes it full this time. And this time Ian Hughes advances the ball a good 5 metres over the quarter line. That's good work from Hughes. McAllister hits the line and keeps going, keeps pumping with the legs. We'll never give up the Eagles. I don't care if the score were 1,001, you still see the Eagles coming in, putting full effort in.
Don't seem to be backing up as well as they did earlier. I thought that break across the far side there, nobody came up on the right-hand side.
No, well, whatever they've got, they'll give. Here goes Aston. Little ball to Hughes. Great ball from Aston. Disguised it well. Hughes has got support. He's got Lawford. Lawford in traffic gives it to Lawless. Lawless desperate to get the pass away. Good scrambling defence from Leeds. The Eagles need to spread it right. They've gone the wrong way. They had the numbers on the right. Sheridan changes tack. Nobody chasing. Well, that just shows you how fatigued they are. He showed the ball there, Sheridan. That wasn't a Sheffield player could lift himself to chase for the ball.
True, I think in the first half they'd have been there in numbers.
Yeah. Fozzard. Yeah, it's been a superb game of rugby league. 36-16. You'd think Leeds have had a walk in. They haven't. Good work from Morley. He's hit the line well today as Morley. Splashed it down that left-hand side. Here goes Mercer. Gets out of Hughes' challenge. Good tackle, Mark Aston. Picchi switches the ball back to Holroyd. Holroyd puts one into the corner. Gamson will play this. This is where the 7-tackle routine comes in. And the Eagles have 6 now from here. Daku Itoga. Not seen much of Joe this second half. Mick Cook. Can't get rid of Picchi. Aston spreads it to Lawford. Lawford to Hay. Hay tries to get one inside. He's wrestled to the ground by Morley and Iro. Here goes Stott. Stott pushes the ball over the halfway line. Eagles with the spread on now to the left, but Lawless goes. Feeds Stott. Stott on support. Again, he's dragged to the ground by Iro. Last tackle. Eagles will go to the hand, I think. No. Chip this time from Aston. Aston. Oh, dummies to Broadbent. Gets one away, but it's only going to go to Gibbons. And he's knocked it on. Well, that was never a knock-on in this world.
Well, I don't know. I don't think he got control of the ball, personally. I think
certainly didn't control the ball, but didn't knock it forward, Stan, surely.
Well, the referee says so. I have my doubts. I'll go on the referee on this occasion.
Well, the Eagles get the best of that decision for me. Aston feeds Lawford. Lawford, late ball to Sheridan. Sheridan works his way inside. Lawford trying to get rid of Mercer. Good work from Mercer from the scrum at this stage of the game. Good pursuit. Here goes Broadbent. Broadbent gets one off to McAllister. McAllister straightens up, looking for support. Throws one. Gamson picks up. Gamson. Gamson goes for the line. Tackled 10 metres short to the left of the post. Eagles with the spread to the right. Bit Lawless again. Picks up and goes. Keeps alive. Chances now. Gamson spreads it to Cook. Game seems to be in slow motion for the minute then. And some of the Leeds players looking very heavy-legged. Here goes Aston. Drives to the post. Broadbent comes. Good tackle from Gibbons. Lawford floats one out. That's an high challenge from Mercer. Just stepped inside him, Garcia. Mercer just crocked an arm up.
That's the first bad tackle all afternoon. Now, I know that Leeds were penalised for a high tackle, but we didn't think it was. But that was the first one bordering on the disciplinary board coming into being.
Yeah. And I don't know, Mr. Kirkpatrick calling Barry McDermott forward and wanting somebody from. They wanting Broadbent for the Eagles. Well, Broadbent's the Eagles captain. Is McDermott the Leeds captain? Is he citing? I don't think it was worth citing.
No, I don't think. There's nothing malicious. It was high, but not malicious. I mean, you can tell malicious things, can't you?
Well, he's cited. It's definitely citing Gary Mercer. I didn't know McDermott was the captain.
Well, I must admit I didn't know who went and tossed up out there in the middle.
Yeah. So, the Eagles. Ball from Aston, great ball, Hughes is through, Hughes will score under the post. Great work, the Eagles, good set-up. Mark Aston, under severe pressure then, took the ball. Heavy traffic round him, heavy blue traffic round him, was determined to make sure he got the ball out. And once he did, it was all over. Hughes came on like a steam train, and Leeds couldn't handle him. (22-36), 14-point lead for the Loiners. Aston gets us away. And Francis Cummings taking a knock then in that set of play. This is Golden with his first touch of the ball. That one straight into Hughes and Broadbent. Forshaw back on the field. Well, Forshaw's had a good rest. Morley out to Iro. Iro tries that pass over his shoulder into Gibbons, but Gibbons can't get that.
Yeah, I don't see any point of trying to pass that out. As Steve-O says on Sky, up your jumper time.
Well, 14-point lead. I think you may just take a little risk or two. Aston feeds Lawford. Sheridan to Garcia. Nobody really straightening up for the Eagles. This time to Faddle. Faddle not being able to break this line today. Here goes Lawless. Lawless gets one to Garcia. Garcia hands on to Gamson. Gamson runs to his support. Tackled by Cummings. Chances now for the Eagles. Broadbent hands it back to Aston. Good pursuit from McDermott. Oh, that's surely a penalty. Never mind. Well, Ian Hughes toes one through. That will go dead.
No, it hadn't got the expertise of a Holroyd kick, had that one?
No, you could see why Ian Hughes plays in the forwards and Holroyd's in half-back. But top effort for Ian Hughes. Oh, yeah. Today's attendance, 9,039. Well, I didn't realise it was that big stand.
Oh, I thought it'd been about 8.5 or something like that, but still, I suppose it'll be grateful for 9,039 turning up.
Certainly is. Long ball to Forshaw. Forshaw looking to get Gibbons away on the inside. This is Anthony Gibbons. Feeds Morley. Morley going, opening up. He's got Iro. This will be a try. Oh, great work. This is Hassan. Great work, Lawford. Oh, give that man a medal. And a penalty for obstruction. Well, great work from Dean Lawford then. He brought Iro down, then got to his feet and brought Hassan down.
That's true. So Ollie's going to take a kick at goal. Now they're going to run it, waste a bit more time.
Yeah, there goes McDermott. Well, going into the last minute. Here goes Forshaw. Forshaw. Leeds cutting loose now. We're looking at a man of the match for me to be Graham Holroyd.
Well, Holroyd has been given the man of the match. It's been announced.
Oh, okay, that'll do. Well, I agree with the selection then. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption. He's put some good kicks in his play. He's kept his forwards going. He's brought the backs into play. I think it's a fair assumption. And Aston giving away a needless penalty then.
The 2 tries just before half-time, brilliant individual work from Holroyd. And the one after half-time, what he set up for Gary Mercer, really won the game for Leeds.
Yeah, I think that was the turning point, wasn't it? The try just on half-time to put Leeds in front.
Vazakopoulos feeds Fozzard. A minute of the game left. Eagles still working hard in defence. This is Gibbons. Feeds a late ball. Well, that's got to be an obstruction. Mercer taking a tackler out of the line there. Mr. Kirkpatrick not noticing, and Forshaw not controlling the ball under that heavy tackle. And that's offside against Mercer. Well, this win, Stan, just gives Leeds a lifeline for this season.
Lifeline for this season, and encouragement for the more supporters to come back.
Certainly, but there are no cup games anymore. There are no cup games now. All you've got are your league matches. You can't have a bad league and revive your season with 4 or 5 good cup wins.
That's true, that's true. So we'll just have to wait and see what the rest of the season brings for both these sides.
Yeah, if you don't get a top 4 spot, then you haven't had a good season. And it's going to be a real fight. Good work then from Broadbent. McDermott had spotted the pass back across the ruck. Didn't panic, Broadbent. Here's Lawford. And Mercer and Lawford having a square up there as Lawless dashes away. Hughes, oh, almost through the line. Lawford turns Broadbent inside. Well, that could have been called for Sheffield. Lawford again. It's hey. Can he link with Stott this time? Doesn't do so. Quick play the ball, and Sheridan drifts across, feeds McAllister working. Oh, just can't control the ball. Just trying to get the ball clear to put it over the line, and lost the ball. And we're well into extra time now. And there goes the hooter. Leeds win by 36 points to 22, and I'll let my colleague Stan Dawson sum up for us.
Thanks very much, mate. Yes, relief for Leeds players, relief for their officials, and relief for the supporters. The first league win of the season, and the 7 losing streak of 50 years ago has not even been equalled, let alone beaten. They'll be pleased to win this afternoon. 36-26. Sheffield took the early honours, but the turning point, 2 tried by Holroyd in the last 3 minutes of the first half, which took Leeds from a 10-6 deficit to a 14-10 lead. And now the players are coming across to the south stand to their supporters to give them applause. And then Leeds going 10 points up in the early stages of the second half, but after that they never looked back. Sheffield did fight back with tries by Lawford and Hughes, but it was the Gibbon twins, 2 tries by David, 1 by Anthony, that saw the Leeds finally to victory this afternoon. A warm afternoon, so the crowd make their way to the exits at Headingley, knowing the fact that it's 2 points for Leeds. Leeds 36, Sheffield Eagles 22. Hugh, you must be relieved at that win this afternoon and the way it was achieved.
I think relieved's the right word. More than anything else, we still made the same basic errors that we've done in the last few games, but our defence was a lot tighter today than it has been. Pleasing with the point that we've come away with 2 competition points, which we desperately needed. The way we came about our job and did it today, it's something that we've seen over the last few weeks, that we haven't been as fruitful as what we have as we have today. But pleased in the output. The output of the players has always been there. The energy and the commitment's always been there, with the lack of direction. And we saw a little bit of that again today. But still, in a nutshell, we are pleased and very relieved.
6-0 down early on, but the team, all the youngsters, they didn't panic.
Well, that's something we're trying to instill in the players, that they don't panic, they don't do some silly things, they don't fall into a hole, and we're starting to see that come through. As we've said, it's going to be a long-term thing that we're trying to do, but in doing that we still have to try and please the spectators, and I think they would have been pleased even though we were 6-0 down. We'd created a couple of opportunities. I thought we were fairly unlucky prior to that with Anthony Gibbons being tipped out into the corner, but taking that into account, everyone stuck together. Still a few holes that we do need to fill, and unfortunately we've picked up a bad injury today. New recruit Nathan Picchi's dislocated his shoulder, so taking that into account, we're back to square one again, on the hunt for someone to clear up in that area.
Well, look, that'll be disappointing because he looks a very enthusiastic player.
Well, he filled the void that we've had in that area with his enthusiasm, his willingness to do a lot of work both in attack and defence, and he just added a little bit of class there for a short period. And just talking to Dean now, he's a little bit shattered about the whole thing because of what we've gone through to get him here, and we saw just exactly what we thought we'd get out of the player, and then all of a sudden a shoulder injury like that puts a dampener on today.
Well, dampener there, but let's look at Graham Holroyd. Tremendous game. Some astute kicking, try scoring. What more can you want out of a halfback?
Well, we've seen a lot of enterprise out of Graham today. He's shown that in the past. Today he was given a lot more room than normal to do what he wanted to do, because Sheffield knew that we threw the ball wider, so they spread their defence a lot wider to try and compensate, and that opened the holes up for Graham to do what he can do, which is a little bit of enterprise football. We're still working extremely well with Graham. A lot of work to do all round of the team in general, but very pleased with his performance today.
Like a good team coach, never satisfied, of course, which is quite true, and that's how it should be, but you were disappointed that you conceded so many points.
Well, once again, we've just fallen down in some areas where we're trying to tighten up, and the very soft tries, another try again from dummy half. Those types of tries should never be scored by an opposition team. There were some guys, and one experienced guy, just lying on the ground. Goal line defence, you need to be desperate. We need to get up off the deck and mark up, and we just didn't do that. We fell asleep again. It's those small lapses in concentration that are just turning things around for us.
You have got some players out through suspension injury. What's the latest on Tony Camp?
Well, we're hoping Tony may be right for London in 2 weeks' time, but we'll have to assess that after the doctors give him the all clear if they do. If not, then I think he may be eligible for Paris a week later.
Thanks very much, Hugh. You've got a smile on your face tonight, and quite rightly so, because Leeds have won this afternoon. You deserved it.
Thank you very much.